Seoul, South Korea. Nights on the global music stage often end with cheers, dazzling lights, and endless applause. Yet behind the glare lies another story. An inner struggle between loyalty and wounds. At the heart of this narrative stands a name that has crossed the boundaries of the entertainment industry. Kim Taehyung, better known to the world as V of BTS. To millions of fans, Taehyung is a symbol of elegance, a golden voice that captivates, and a warm personality. But for South Korea's entertainment industry, he is also an asset. Both product and engine that sustains billions in profits for the giant corporation HYBE. Here, a complicated narrative takes shape, between an artist's devotion to his dream and the contractual ties that often turn into shackles. Glittering stage, hidden wounds. Taehyung grew with 6 other members, building BTS from near obscurity into a global cultural phenomenon. Every step they took not only wrote music history but also created a new industry fueling South Korea's economy. Yet that success came at a steep price. On stage, Taehyung often showed his genuine smile, spoke gently to fans, and revealed a human side, fragile but endearing. Behind the scenes, the story is far more complex. Long-term contracts, relentless schedules, and commercial demands left little space for personal life. It feels like there's no line between being an ordinary person and a global icon, observed one South Korean pop culture critic. HYBE, Home and Snare. HYBE, formerly Big Hit Entertainment, was the home where BTS was raised, polished, and introduced to the world. Taehyung's loyalty to his group and agency is unquestionable. But as HYBE grew into an entertainment conglomerate with expanding corporate ambitions, contradictions emerged. On one hand, the company sees BTS as a global beacon, lifting Korea to the pinnacle of the global music industry. On the other, each member, including Taehyung, is often treated as an asset to be maximized. There's a thin line between management and exploitation, wrote a Japanese editorial. Taehyung is bound by contracts regulating nearly every aspect of his career. Musical decisions, promotional schedules, even his public image. Everything must align with HYBE's broader strategy. For an artist yearning for self-expression, this weight can become a deep psychological burden. Public voice and global ripples. The BTS phenomenon is not confined to Korea. From New York to London, from Jakarta to Sao Paulo, Taehyung's name has become part of global conversation. International media spotlight not only his achievements but also occasional signs of exhaustion. On Twitter, Weverse, and international forums, fans often express concern. "We love his music, but we also want him to be happy," wrote a fan from Brazil. Others question how far a company should go in controlling an artist's private life. The loyalty and wounds Taehyung embodies reflect systemic problems in the K-pop industry. Long contracts, strict control, financial pressures. The question now extends beyond him. How should the global entertainment industry treat its artists? Between dedication and sacrifice. For Taehyung, loyalty is the reason he continues. To his fellow members, to fans waiting, to the childhood dream that brought him to the stage. Yet the wounds born of pressure and contractual ties cannot be ignored. "Sometimes I just want to breathe as myself," he once said in an interview. The simple line resonated widely, seen as a veiled admission of the burdens he carries. Still, he does not stop. Every concert, every performance, every interaction with fans is proof of how strong an artist's resolve can be. To stay devoted even when the heart quietly aches. Politics and economics at play. Taehyung's story cannot be separated from South Korea's politics and economy. BTS has become a symbol of soft power, a tool of cultural diplomacy, even a major contributor to the nation's GDP. The government backs them, companies pressure for productivity, and the global public sets expectations. In this environment, personal choices often recede. Taehyung is not just an individual. He represents collective interests. That makes HYBE's snare even tighter. He is bound not only by corporate contracts but also by national symbolism. Conclusion. Walking between two worlds. Today, Taehyung stands at a crossroads between two worlds. One demanding boundless loyalty, the other filled with hidden wounds. He still smiles, still sings, still embodies the figure loved by millions. Yet behind it, a fundamental question lingers. How long must an artist sacrifice personal happiness in the name of loyalty to a system? The story of Taehyung in HYBE's Snare mirrors the modern entertainment industry. An industry that creates shining stars but also leaves behind invisible scars. And amid it all, the world can only hope that an artist like Taehyung will find balance between the dazzling stage and a heart that longs for freedom. The global entertainment mirror. What is happening to Taehyung is not an isolated case. International observers often compare the K-pop system to Hollywood's golden era, when stars were tied to studios through binding contracts that shaped every move. Yet the difference lies in intensity. In the Korean idol system, the control extends deeper, touching not just artistry but private identity. Critics argue that this tension creates two Taehyungs, one who belongs to the public, and one who quietly yearns for freedom. The brand and the man are no longer separable, explained a professor of cultural studies at Columbia University. This duality is both the strength and the tragedy of K-pop. From Paris fashion runways to global award shows, Taehyung is celebrated as a cultural icon. He appears flawless, embodying luxury and aspiration. But with every headline, the pressure mounts, to represent, to inspire, to deliver. Beneath the immaculate surface, questions grow. How sustainable is this form of loyalty when it comes at the expense of human well-being? Whispers behind the curtain. Industry insiders whisper of sleepless nights, of rehearsals that stretch into dawn, of management meetings where artistic desires clash with market forecasts. Taehyung, known for his artistry and soulful voice, often hints at wanting more freedom in music, exploring sounds beyond the expected formula. Yet within HYBE's towering structure, individuality is weighed against profitability. There are accounts of fellow artists who walked away, seeking independence only to face years of legal battles. The fear of losing everything, career, reputation, even fans, makes leaving nearly impossible. For Taehyung, whose loyalty runs deep, the choice is even more painful. Fans who study his lyrics believe they glimpse coded messages, metaphors of longing, of invisible cages, of a heart that beats beyond the stage. Whether intentional or not, these interpretations echo a truth many feel but cannot say aloud. A test of time. As BTS members navigate military service and solo ventures, speculation rises. Will Taehyung one day free himself from the corporate net, or will loyalty keep him bound forever? The industry waits, investors speculate, and fans hold their breath. The test of time will reveal whether the balance between loyalty and wounds can endure. For now, Taehyung remains the face of resilience, a reminder that behind every global icon is a human story. A story caught between devotion and silent pain. The weight of silence. For all his fame, Taehyung rarely speaks openly about the struggles behind the curtain. Silence itself becomes a language, an eloquent pause, a glance that lingers too long, a lyric that seems too heavy for mere coincidence. In those silences, fans read volumes. They see not just an idol, but a man negotiating between duty and desire. Psychologists who study celebrity culture warn that the toll can be severe. When identity is constantly commodified, the line between self and performance collapses, explained Dr. Hannah Mitchell of King's College London. Artists may lose touch with who they are outside of the brand. That can be profoundly isolating. For Taehyung, isolation is paradoxical. Millions adore him, yet the solitude of being misunderstood remains. His global reach only deepens the paradox. To billions, he is V. To himself, he is still Taehyung, yearning for space to breathe.